So if you weren't aware already at this point, The Sims 4 turned 8 years old on September 2nd, 2022. And since then, we got some major news regarding The Sims 4 base game that starting on October 18th, 2022, the base game will be free to download and play forever on PC, Mac, and console. And what I find so interesting about that is that the base game has been around for 8 years. And we've had a lot of like base game updates regarding skin tones, pronouns, sexual orientations, hair types, hair colors, you name it, we probably have had it already, minus a few things that we still need to definitely get, of course, in base game. But what I find so unique about the base game is that it's been around for a long time and a lot of people couldn't really afford it or couldn't play it. And now that people have the opportunity to play it next month will be so exciting because there'll be new players, new stories, new experiences that we probably have not seen before. But I thought it'd be really fun to actually start ranking the base game townies since the base game will be free next month. And it's kind of a win-win scenario. Base game free next month, base game townie ranking video, win-win scenario in my book. So I found this tier list on Tier Maker and I found it through my friend Little Simsy, who actually made a video about this a couple weeks ago. So if you want to watch her video, I will link it down below in the description, along with this tier list in case you all want to do it for yourself. Now, we're going to start with the very first one, which is Nancy Landgrab with the awful green eyeshadow and the blue tinted eyebrows. I have a very strong grudge towards Nancy Landgrab because personally for me, she literally disowned Johnny Zest, which I hate so much. And Johnny Zest does not deserve the hate at all. He should not have his own. Like, he's iconic. So Nancy Landgrab, even though you own everything, stay away from me. Jeffrey Landgrab, he's not really a who. He's nice enough. Like, even though he is married to Nancy, I find that he's just there and existing and doesn't really have a say in a lot of different things. That Nancy is a criminal, and I believe Jeffrey is like some type of secret agent or something. Like, he's the hero and she's the villain in the whole scenario. Grasp of the Landgrab's, life. But Jeffrey, he's okay. He seems nice, and I feel like if they change the whole storyline of the Landgrabs where Johnny Zest is involved, I find that Jeffrey would give Johnny money over the past course of 20 years or so he can stay afloat, have his money, afford his bills, his lifestyle, all the different stuff. But I find like Jeffrey, he's one of the good ones. One of the good ones for now. But here we have is Don Lothari Ho. Ooh, see, it's tied between who and nice enough and also stay away from me. Like, he's not bad, but he's also not good. So I guess I'll say he's nice enough, but he needs to work through his issues. Now, Katrina Caliente, not Katrina, that's Nina Caliente. Nina Caliente, I don't know, she's who? Like, she's iconic, but she's okay. But I'm gonna put her in nice enough. But I find that Nina and Dina Caliente just have a really interesting history, that they're not bad, but they're also not good, but they just have a troubled, life. Now, Summer Holiday, I don't know. I remember when the base game first came out back in 2014, I found the BFF household with, Liberty Lee, Summer Holiday, and Travis Scott. That household in a whole is like a love triangle waiting to erupt, because Travis Scott, I feel like he's in love with Summer and Liberty Lee at the same time, that I find they have a lot of issues to work with. And so I find if Travis Scott finally tries to find his true love, he'll work himself out. But I never noticed Liberty Lee. I always forget about her all the time. Summer Holiday, I'm going to say who. And then Travis Scott, I'm going to say who. Like, these three, I never see them. I never interact with them. I find them quite annoying because they're just, I don't know, I just don't like them. They just seem so weird. But what's also very interesting about the base game is that we only have two kids throughout the entire base game, which is so interesting to see because we have, Olivia, Kim Lewis, and then we also have Alexandra Goth, who are the only two kids. I mean, if you don't count Cassandra, who's a teen, and, Malcolm, who's also a teen, but I really just count the children as children. So Olivia, I think she's really cool. I think she's really nice. I try to make friends with her every chance I get, so I think she's cool. She's really nice. I like her. She's a happy-go-lucky spirit. She's always in the scout after-school activity. We always make friends with her. She's one of the real ones. And when she aged up to a teenager, she's like, wow, She's blossom. She's so cool. She's so hip and with it. Dennis Kim, he's a more of a like, he's nice enough, but I just don't really interact with them that much. So like, he's just there existing. Now, Bella Goth, iconic. We all know. The iconic red dress Bella Goth, top tier, low-key iconic. Dates back to The Sims 1. It also was like really cool if you didn't know at this point. Me and Plumbella had like some involvement with the Goth refresh. So we were able to talk with the Sims team about the Goth family, kind of what they should wear, what they should look like, their hair, the skin tone, all the different stuff. They even did live streams about them as well. Now, Alice, she's more of a who. I don't really talk to her, nor do I see her. Vivian Lewis, she's all right. She's nice enough, along with like Dennis. Like these are the two Sims that live together. We have Dennis, Vivian, Alice, and then we also have, you know, Eric Lewis and then Olivia. Eric Lewis, he's a who. These are the two parents that are the parent of Olivia, and I'm like, who? Eric who? Eliza Pancakes, stay away from me. Here's the thing. If you remember from the 2014 version of the Sims 4 base game, you know how Eliza Pancakes and Nancy Landgrab, those are the only two Sims that I kind of know that were in base game that would always be jogging wherever you were in their, you know, jogging workout gear, jogging near you, by you, near your house, in your neighborhood. They were always there, and they were always working out, doing push-ups, doing whatever they were doing, they were working out. Eliza has her own issues, so I guess you can put her in the who category. Like, I don't like her, but I can tolerate her. Now, Bob, he's cool, but he has his own issues. And I think that Bob, he has a lot of self-improvement with him. He has a lot of, I think he has low self-esteem because I think his traits are gloomy. I think he's also a cook and like some other traits that I forget. But he has a very sad mood and vibe to him that he has a lot of self-improvement he wants to work on. So he's a cool kid. Along with Alexander, he's cool. Cassandra's also very cool. I don't know, the Goth family has always been and will always have my heart, just because I've loved them since The Sims 1, and I've loved them even more in The Sims 2, and even like The Sims 3. Like, if you don't know the timeline order of the Sims franchise, it goes Sims 3, Sims 1, Sims 2, and then Sims 4's own little thing in the background. I don't know, Cassandra has a lot going on. She has a good head on her shoulders. I think she has a really good vibe to her, along with Alexander. So I feel like, you know, maybe, well, Bob, you can go on iconic. Alexander, I feel like he's, I don't know, he's still developing. He's still, you know, becoming a kid. He's still trying to grow and find out who he wants to be and what he kind of want to identify as. So I don't know. I think this is really cool. Morty, however, he's also iconic. I put these three up here because I think they're all fantastic. Morty, Bella, Bob. The Morty, Bella, and Bob show. The Morty, Bella, and Bob show. MBB. Anyway, next we have is Katrina. I'm gonna put her in who. I just really don't care for her that much. She's foreign. She's an alien to me, even though she's not actually an alien. She's foreign. Katrina. Now, Johnny Zest, however, as we all know, is iconic. He lives in the trailer, in that small rectangular trailer with one bedroom, one bathroom, with a small dinky kitchen and living room with no dining room. He was disowned by the Landgrabs. He doesn't really have a good head on his shoulders, but he really wants to succeed as a comedian, musician, and live the best version that he wants to live and be the best successful version of himself. And I feel so bad for him all the time because like the Landgrabs are so rich. They literally own everything in The Sims 4. When you shut off their power, it says Landgrab Industries or whatever has taken your power or your water or whatever it might be. And Johnny deserves the world. Gavin Richards, he's nice enough. I see him every once in a while, but he's just there. Along with Jay Huntington III, I put him in the who category, but then again, I would also put him in the stay away from me category, just because Jay Huntington III, what I find so funny about Jay Huntington III is that literally every time I play this game, because Jay Huntington III is non-committal, and every time I play him or play a sim with him, he's like, oh, I don't like you. Oh, I really love you. Let's get married. Let's have a baby. I'm like, Jay Huntington, what you doing? You're non-committal. No. Michael Mitchell. I'm going to say Mitchell. I'm going to say Who? Zoe Patel, she's cool. Cause I always see Bob and Zoe always getting together and like getting married and having kids. Like if things didn't work out with Eliza, who's over here, I think he would go with Zoe Patel. Just because I think they're very suited well together. And I actually did play with Zoe Patel and Bob Pancakes around the time that we got the Surviving the Holiday scenario, and I think Love After the Breakup scenario too. And I wanted to see if like the relationship would last. And it did. They got married, they had a wedding, they now live together, they have a kid on the way, Iggy's a new teen now. So it's like a win-win scenario when you really think about with Zoe and Bob. So last and certainly not least is we have is Malcolm Landgrab. Now, Malcolm is a teenager, as we all know, and he is very misunderstood as a kid, as a teen, as a young adult. He just doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. He's always been dependent on his parents' money, as I think he has, but also he just has a very weird lifestyle to me. I really don't know. So I'm gonna put Malcolm in the nice enough category. Yeah, I think that's what I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think all of them are pretty cool in their own natural way. Like Johnny, iconic. Bob, iconic. Bella, Morty, iconic. Another idea. MBBJ. MBBJ, the Morty, Bella, Bob, Johnny show. Whoever is in the iconic category deserves to have their own television show or newscast show. Morty does the weather, Bella does like the whole news part of it all, Bob does the cooking, Johnny does all the music and comedy stuff, or like the joke of the day or the music track of the day was Bella. I'm just saying, they could do good ratings. But either way, as always, I do hope you all enjoyed today's video as much as I did. Let me know down in the comments below as always. Do we have the same tier list? If we do, let me know. If we don't, still let me know. But regardless, these iconic Sims are always changing, always thriving, doing their great thing. But the MBBJ show, Morty, Bella, Bob, and Johnny show, I will watch that day, noon, and night. Just saying. But regardless, either way, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!